All right. So the stuff that I wanted to talk before I really got into plugging things in, there's going to be two brand new vocabulary terms. The first term is going to be a linear equation. A linear equation is a fancy name for saying a graph that's a line. When we have a graph and like it makes a straight line, that's a linear equation. If I had a line that looked like that, that's a linear equation. I have one look like this, that's a linear equation. So a linear equation is just a graph that is a straight line. Okay? And then a linear function, that's going to be the graph that has the solutions for it, where we actually are going to put like points on the graph itself. So like if I had this one, that's at 0, 0. This one will be at 1, 2, or whatever it is. So these ones, these linear functions, is how we actually get the points that are going to go on the graph. Okay? So when I look at my examples, and this is where I'm going to kind of give you a little clue that will help out as we get going for the rest of this chapter, or the section. It says we're going to graph. We're going to find 4 solutions for each of the functions, and then we're going to write them as an ordered pair. Right now, I'm not going to worry about graphing just yet. I'm just going to worry about those ordered pairs. So hopefully you remember from, it wasn't yesterday, it was Monday. From Monday, when I made this fancy table chart looking thing, you guys were asking if you had to do it, and I said, yes. We had y equals x plus 2. And then here's all my y values over here. You guys remember when I wrote that stuff like this? Okay. I'm going to give you probably in my opinion, the 4 easiest numbers to work with every single time. Okay? Let me get a different color pen so that way I can write these ones down and you can really see how they stand out. The numbers that are going to be the easiest for you to work with, and my suggestion is to use it every single time, are going to be -1, 0, 1, and then 2. And it'll make sense when I start working these through. But for every single problem, I'm going to choose these 4 numbers because they're, number 1, they're small numbers. And then number 2, because they are in order, usually after you get to the second one, you're going to start to see the pattern. And if the pattern is the same, you did it right. If the pattern is not the same, you definitely need to check your work. Okay, so I'm going to do this very first one. So I've got y equals that x plus 2. So instead of putting y equals every time, I'm going to substitute in this brand new number. So I've got -1 plus 2. What's -1 plus 2? A +1. Fantastic. For my next one, I'm going to substitute in a new number. I've got 0 plus 2. What's 0 plus 2? 2. Next one, I'm going to substitute in 1. I've got 1 plus 2. Yeah. Without even me doing the math, what should my last one be? Because it's starting, I've got 1, I've got a 2, I've got a 3. It should be a 4. I'm going to do the math and I'm going to make sure that works out. I've got 2 plus 2. By golly, it's a 4. You did it. Okay, it follows the pattern. I'm happy. Here's all these 4. Here's these 4. The part in the middle is where we did the work to show what happened. The very last step that it was asking is to write the solutions as ordered pairs. Let me show you just how easy that one can be. So for this very first one, my value for x is -1. So I write it when I do my ordered pairs. My value for x is going to be -1. My value for y is going to be a regular 1. So I separate them. I put the parentheses, -1, comma 1. My first ordered pair is at -1, comma 1. My second ordered pair, I take whatever number I had in the x value, which was 0, comma 2, because the 2 was in the y value. Thoughts on what the next one's going to be? 1, comma 3. Very last one?
2, comma 4.
2, comma 4. So far, you guys all following along? Anybody need some more time on this one? All right, we will do another example. You guys are going to help me with this one. Exact same way. And I'm going to stick with the exact same colors each time too, just to really be consistent. So I've got this one here. I'm going to make this fancy dancy chart. I've got my x value. I've got my y value. My formula up here is y equals -2x plus 5. Okay. Now I'm going to steal my blue just so I can stay consistent. The 4 numbers that I should choose to work with over here. What 4 numbers do you guys think I should use? -1. And then?
0.
Perfect. And then?
1.
And then?
2.
Awesome. Those 4 numbers are the ones I want you to use every time. I'm going to make some lines on here so it's a little bit clearer for, not just for you to see it, but also for me to write it. Okay. So this first one I have is going to be that -1. So I will rewrite the problem. I've got -2. And then I insert -1 in there, plus 5. So I need to use the distributive factor first for PEMDAS. What's -2 times -1?
2.
A positive 2, yeah. And then I get 2 plus 5. What's 2 plus 5? 7. I love it. So I'm going to rewrite. I'm just going to write my ordered pair right away. Sorry, I'm not going to switch back over to purple. What's my ordered pair for this first one? -1, comma 7. I took what I had from my x value over here, and I took for what I had for my y value over here, and that's where my ordered pair came from. All right, on to my next number. Somebody talk me through what I can write down. Awesome. I got a -2 times 0 plus 5. What's -2 times 0? 0. So I got 0 plus 5. What is 0 plus 5? I love it. Okay. Luis, I know you're going to be the teacher today. I'm not going to let you talk for this part. What's my ordered pair for this one?
0, comma 5.
0, comma 5. Awesome. Okay. Gabriel, you're off the hook now. You can't talk anymore. Somebody else. What am I going to do for my next number? Austin?
-2 times 1 plus 5.
Times 1 plus 5. You can't talk anymore. Somebody talk me through what I do next. So far, 3 of your classmates can't help you. They lost their voice. Like Ariel, Little Mermaid. What do I do next? Yes, ma'am.
-2 times 2 plus 5.
Perfect. So you did the multiplication. So -2 times 1 is -2 plus 5. And what did you get for your answer?
Positive 3.
+3. Perfect. Hannah can't talk anymore. What's my ordered pair for that one? Alex, you have it? Or you just know? So I thought the hand was up. Ordered pair for that one. Mary? 1, comma 3. Hopefully you saw what you can start to see what the pattern is. This one's 5, then 7, then 3. What do you think my last one should be? It should be a 1. Let's find out. Okay, so far I'm down to 5 people who can't talk. I hope you guys get this because the next one's going to be all on you. Somebody talk me through my last step. Fisher.
-2 times 2 plus 5.
Okay, what's -2 times 2? Fisher can't talk anymore. -4. Fantastic. -4 plus 5. So my last answer when I do -4 plus 5 is. This might be a rough assignment. I'm not going on until somebody gives me a number. And it's not one of those. Julia.
1.
1. Thank you. So my order pair, this can go for anybody. What's my last order pair?
2, 1.
2, 1. Does that make sense? Feeling good? This next one I want you to do all on your own. I do want you to use those same 4 numbers. Okay? I want you to do y equals 4x plus 3. Use those same 4 numbers.
what we're doing next week?
The Iowa assessments.
Yeah. What are they for?
They kind of give a level of like where you're at compared to like the rest of the state. I think you guys did the NCEA because you went to South Sioux, right?
No, I went to Sacred Heart. But
Oh, so they did the
I did it. I just never knew what it was.
yeah. So sorry for those people who went to like South Sioux. You guys did those ones like the NCEAs. These ones are Iowa assessments. So it kind of lets you know where you're at, and then it also compares you to kind of the rest of the city, the state. It also tells us what things we need to make sure that we teach better, or what things are we teaching well.
All those like next week or?
Yep, it'll be next week.
It's like it's not graded though.
It's not graded, no, but still try your best because if you guys all do terribly, it shows us that we have to like teach really basic skills that you guys should already have to. Like English class will turn into phonics where we have to teach you how to sound out words again. All right. So based on what I saw, you guys have this down. I like it. Okay. You made your charts. I'm going to go really, really quick. This was the X. This is the Y. You had -1, 0, 1, and then 2. This was 4x plus 3. So it was 4 times -1 plus 3. This one you should have had -1 for your answer. This one was 4 times 0 plus 3. That one should have been 3. 4 times 1 plus 3. That one should have been a +7. And the last one, 4 times 2 plus 3. That one should have been 11. The very last part was putting those ordered pairs together. You should have had -1, comma, -1, 0, comma, 3, 1, comma, 7, and then 2, comma, 11. Scale thumbs up, thumbs down. How you guys feeling? Okay. I'm gonna skip the story problem for right now. Okay. So here is some stuff that I definitely want to talk to you about. All right. We have some, again, 2 more sets of new terms that we have here. One's going to talk about the x-intercept. One is going to talk about the y-intercept. Okay? And I'm going to explain them well. For whatever reason, people get confused on these ones and they mix them up all the time. So here's the way to remember it. The x-intercept is going to be where it crosses this line, the x line. Okay, the line that goes side to side. So the x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. When we say axis, that is when that number stands for 0. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. Okay? So for these ones here, again, it's going to be very similar to what we've done before, but we're going to do 2 things. I'm going to really look at this one here. I'm going to zoom in super duper close. Okay. X-intercept, y-intercept. Looking at this one, for those people who remember how to find the points on a coordinate plane, again, we haven't done this since like first quarter. Anybody know what that ordered pair would be for this one right here?
2, 0.
2, 0. So this one right here, I'm going to write it. Actually, I'm going to use a different color. God bless you. With a different color so it kind of stands out a little bit more. This one here is going to be at 2, 0. Meaning we're going to go over 2, and then it's not going to go up at all. So the y-intercept is going to be, actually I'll write it inside that box. It'll be easier to see. Is going to be at 2, 0. For my y-intercept, the point that's right here, how would I write that as an ordered pair? Somebody said it. There was like a whisper. Somebody had the right answer over here.
It's 0, 3.
0, 3, yeah.
I said 0, 99.
Oh, I heard the 0 part, and that's what I was most excited about. Okay? For my y-intercept, The ordered pair is going to be 0, 3. Looking close at both of these, besides the number they have for the intercept, what's the other number for both of them? A 0. So when we want to find out for the y-intercept and the x-intercept, so for the y-intercept, I'm going to write it here. X is going to equal 0. For the x-intercept, y is going to equal 0. Okay? So that's going to be kind of those two rules. The great thing about a graph is if I can get 2 points, I can make a straight line. In looking at these ones, I know that all I have to do is I have to have either my x equals 0 or my y equals 0 to find those 2 points. So what we did on Monday and what we just did shortly, like 5 minutes ago, what are your thoughts on when I can try to solve, if I'm going to graph these functions, what can I do if I want my x to be at 0? If I have this function down here and I want my x to be 0, what can I do? I will help you out on this one. For this one, instead of having this y equals x minus 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute 0 for x. So this one's going to be where I'm looking for my y-intercept. So for my y-intercept, I'm going to substitute 0 for x. And then I do, what's 0 minus 4? Positive or negative?
Well, I mean,
Negative 4. If I put a 0 in there, that tells me that y equals negative 4. So for my y-intercept, the point that I will put down is going to be at 0, comma, negative 4. Because all I did is I just substituted in 0 for the value of x. So that's my y-intercept. Let me get a different color. If it's a different color, it probably means something different. Now I want to find my x-intercept. I still have the exact same formula of y equals x minus 4. Any guesses on what I will do for my x-intercept? Austin, what do you think?
Substitute for y.
Substitute a 0 for y. Fantastic. Now I've got 0 equals x minus 4. I have to get the x on the side all by itself.
Add 4.
Add 4 to both sides.
he gets a gold star today.
You really, if I had a gold star, I would give you one. I'm coming tomorrow with one.
Okay.
Plus 4 to both sides. I got 4 equals x, meaning my ordered pair for this one is going to be at 4, comma, 0. I'm going to switch over from line paper to graph paper. Graph paper. I need some smaller graph paper. Graph paper. So my ordered pair that I get to work with here. Get out of here, you. Graph paper I get to work with is going to be this one. Just bear with me. My line drawing skills are not the greatest. My first point is going to be at 0, negative 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. My first point will be here. My second point will be at 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 0. And the fantastic part, I get to play connect the dots. And it's going to go that way forever. It's going to go that way forever. So once I found my y-intercept, I was gonna get negative 4. My x-intercept was gonna be at a positive 4. Put those 2 points on there and just like connect the dots. This next one, you get to talk me through it. Who's ready for it? I am. Awesome. Okay, I got x plus y equals 2. Two things I want to find. I want to find my y-intercept, and I want to find my x-intercept. Remember, when I have my y-intercept, what does x equal? 0. When I find my my x-intercept, what does y equal? Okay. Somebody talk me through it. I'll take whomever at this point. I want to solve for y. Austin.
It'd be 0 plus y equals 2.
Perfect. So I'm going to write the equation first. So I've got x plus y equals 2. Austin just automatically substituted it, and he said 0 plus y equals 2. So what's y equal?
1. Wait.
Luis? Y equals 2. What's my order pair if I wanted to do it that way?
0, 2.
0, comma 2. On to the next side. Awesome, taking you off the list.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy. All right, I want to figure out how to solve for the x-intercept when y equals 0. What can I do, guys? Yes, ma'am.
X plus 0 equals 2.
So we're going to substitute for the y. We're going to put a 0 in. So I've got x plus 0 equals 2. What's x going to equal? You can answer this one still. X equals 2. So what will be my ordered pair for where it crosses?
2, 0.
2, 0. All right, on to me graphing it. Gonna make a little guy right here. That's a terrible straight line. All right, my first point is going to be at 0, 2. So I start at 0, go up 2. Again, that's my y-axis. This is my x-axis. My y-intercept was at positive 2. My x-intercept was going to be a positive 2. I make a straight line, play connect the dots. That's my line. How you feeling? Tired. Okay. Besides tired, how you feeling? Not talkative. Okay, not talkative either. You guys got this one to try out. I want you to find that, and if I also want you to graph it. If you want me to give you a stamp, we can do that. Intercept means it's where it crosses those two lines. So like this X line, this is where my line is actually going to cross that line, where like two rows come together. So like I got my X intercept or my X line here, and this new line that I came through here, that's going to be the intersection.
So where the X and the Y match.
Where, yeah. If anybody wants a stamp, I got some up there. So all I'm doing is I'm substituting 0 in one of those letters. So I just need to get X on the side by itself. So subtract this 2 from this side to the other side, just spell X on all that side. Negative 2 equals X. I just stamped. Right, that last step. Right. Negative 2 equals X. Fantastic. So y equals 0, X equals negative 2. 1 second. And this one is y equals 0.
I see that graph.
So you just want to make sure that well, you're fine. You're fine. The biggest thing is I just make sure you have these two. Get rid of the design. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Get it before you listen. So. Yes, sir.
About the same. So.
So -2 would be down here, would be down below.
Where's your graph?
It's gonna be in the paper drawer. All right, I want to make sure that I can answer this one. I know some of you guys are getting ready to go to a different room, but hopefully you went through and did these ones. So with my y-intercept, x equals 0. With my x-intercept, y equals 0. So I did this one was going to be y equals 0 plus 2. My y equaled 2. So if I wanted an ordered pair, it would be 0, comma 2. On this one, it was 0 equals x plus 2 minus 2 to both sides. I get -2 equals x, which is the same as saying x equals -2. My ordered pair is going to be -2, comma 0. So to graph this one, my first order pair is going to be at 0, positive 2. Next one is going to be at -2, 0. Connect the dots. My graph should have looked like that. Okay? I'm not worried about story problems.
For like the first problem that we do, is it like doing it with 0?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you the assignment. So page 393. So 393, 18 through 24 even. And then 28 through 34 even. So the first four you'll do, 18 through 24 even. Those ones are the ones you will do -1, 0, 1, and 2. You're just going to plot those out, give me the ordered pair for 4 of them. The last 4 will be where you give me the x and the y intercept, and you just graph that line. So you'll have a total of 4 graphs. And then the first 4, you're just writing the ordered pairs. You are not having to graph those. Okay? And I have skipped away from any story problems. This is the biggest part, is making sure that you are able to understand how to get the numbers themselves.